what's up, Geometry Gurus family? I'm Jared. I'm the director over at Geometry Gurus, the Geometry Gurus program, and I'm with Aarush, one of the students in the Gold program. And Aarush, man, can you just say, hey, man, how did you do on your latest SAT?
Um, well, I did pretty good. I got a 1530 in the August SAT. I think I really increased my score in math as well as English, but especially in math. That was a very big problem area for me for quite a while.
Absolutely. And Arush, let's talk a little bit about like your experience here, right? So you had this big increase in math. How long did you work with, Geometry Gurus in the math section? And, how were you able to, how much were you able to improve your score again one more time?
Yeah, I worked with Geometry Gurus starting in like I say at least June or May, one of those two
June.
of this year. June, yeah.
June.
Enrolled in I think May, but officially started in June.
Yeah.
And um was in it until I guess August or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Beginning like less than 2 months actually.
Mhm.
Awesome. Hey, what would you say, right? And I know that you got the what you got a 750 for the math section this time around, but where did you start off with with the math section here?
Yeah, in the math section I started off at least like in the 600s, like 660,
680.
680.
Yeah.
680. Okay. And what would you say, Arush, was your biggest struggle with SAT math before joining the program? And how was that kind of like for you?
I guess it was primarily like well, number one, the time management was a little bit of an issue beforehand, as well as like not really knowing how to like complete many of the like bigger and harder problems more easily using like different sort of techniques and tricks, which will allow you to get the right answer and stuff. So
Oh, yeah. And by Shali, Arush, when you were going through these things, right? When you started noticing these things for the SAT, I mean, how did these like struggles in the SAT, like how did that really impact your confidence in your outlook for like, after the SAT as well?
like before I joined or like after I
Yeah, like,
received it.
use it like, when you notice you had the struggles, right? I mean, how was that kind of affecting you? What were you thinking? What was going through your head?
Yeah, I was a little bit frustrated because it's like, oh, I'm constantly getting these things wrong, and I don't really know how to like properly solve them and get the right answer. So
I think another important thing that you taught is also how to use Desmos to
yeah,
kind of check. I think you
I
want to
was never
mention
using
that
like Desmos or
as much, as
yeah,
much.
for
Yeah.
graph calculus and stuff like that. So
Okay. Oh, so before this,
it's
you weren't even
also
using Desmos at
impacted
all.
like time
No, you did.
management.
He did use Desmos, but only for calculus stuff. Like he was
Okay.
mostly using it for calculus or graphing. Like pre-calculus was, I think,
Yeah,
used.
and spending too much time on those problems also affecting like time management and like getting some of the other problems done. So
So
For sure.
like a lot of problem you taught them the class as get it done through Desmos. That's the fastest way to do it, and then gave the time for the difficult problems to tackle
Okay.
in the end.
yeah.
So you started out really frustrated, and honestly, when you first started out, right, you didn't even want to like. It seemed like you right now you're more out of your shell. To be quite honest with you, right? I remember the first time we met, right? It was hard for me to even get a couple words out of you, right? But now you're smiling. Now you look like you're enjoying your time here a little bit more. But what parts of the Geometry Gurus program do you felt like was most effective in not just increasing your score, but letting you come out of this shell and being this person that you are today?
I guess probably like I guess one of them would be like the small like group sizes.
Mhm.
Like every time I joined Zoom, there would not be like uh like 20 people or like 15 people. So that kind of um did not really affect me as much. And
Mhm.
also, I guess guess the social atmosphere was kind of
Oh.
subtle, it was very chill. So I sort of acquiesced to that, and it allowed for me to become more, I guess, talkative and easygoing.
Dude, that's great. That's great, man. Now let's talk a little bit about the support you had there, right? I mean, was there anything in terms of the support that you had here that made you feel like, oh, I want to keep on, participating. I want to keep on, uh, you know, having like that chill vibe that you just said that you had?
Um, yeah, I guess so, because the sessions where I got help, they I just asked like questions on like problems in which I was having issues with, and then I was able to get uh I was able to have them explained to me, and in a way that I could understand real well, and yeah.
Okay.
it,
Well, and Arush, right? One of the last questions I have for you, right, is like after completing the Geometry Gurus program and then, taking the exam, how confident do you feel about, your overall academic journey now that you're done with the SAT and you don't have to do it ever again?
I guess I'm feeling a little bit more confident in terms of academics, because now I know how to do various like hard problems which I might encounter in the future, and I'll be able to apply the stuff that I learned here in those situations, and hopefully do well then. So they'll
Awesome.
be useful tools for in the future.
And that's what the whole point is, right? We want to make sure that you're not just prepared for the SAT, but you're prepared for literally any other test that you take later on down the line. But Shally, now that you've kind of seen him, improve his score, right? Now that he has that 1530, I mean, how do you feel in terms of your confidence about, him moving forward?
Well, that's what I was saying, is that he had a very high GPA, but his score was in the 1430, 1450 range. And so therefore, in order to increase that, like now it's kind of like matching with his weighted GPA, which is exceptionally high. So now his SAT score being high now is becoming more comparable, because there are a lot of colleges that are asking for SAT, even though they're SAT optional. Like a lot of special programs require SAT scores. Now we are feeling a lot more comfortable to submit SAT scores in all these colleges. It's just a weight lifted now. And thank you so much for all you. I really appreciate that you created the questions, and by the way you created the questions, difficulty level like easy to moderate based on the student's need. Um, that's something I felt like really helped to get him organized, because none of the other testing, like we also worked with previously other agency, like other SAT prep programs, and they were not really, even though they were mostly focusing on doing multiple mock tests, but this is actually in depth, and it actually helped him to forget a lot of his math. He forgot because he took it in middle school, like SAT basic math. So these helped him to refresh his memory. So that's number one. Number two, having it in a higher difficulty level, because he was already kind of getting close to 700, and because that jumping that higher difficulty level math that he was missing in the previous test, so that jump helped because of this harder problem that you gave, and he practiced a lot of those level 4 problems because he was in level 3, so that helped tremendously.
Absolutely. And would you say, I mean, in your opinion, would
Come
you
on,
say
you
that,
were really surprised
When what? Yeah,
yeah, he was like really afraid to open up like
the score.
high school book, and she was on the phone with my grandma, and my grandma was like, "Just open it, come on." She's like, "No, I don't want to open it."
Because he was in school. I was too scared to even open it. This is his last chance to, improve his score. He's gonna submit all the applications. So yeah.
I mean, let me tell you, I was nervous too, right? Because I knew you took the test in August, and I knew this was the last time for you guys. So I was like sitting at my phone at like I woke up early that day. It was like 6 a.m. my time, right? And then I see your guys' text come in. I see your first text, Vashali, and then yours, Arush, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and then I didn't see the picture yet. It just said Arush's score. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm like, my heart was pounding. So I was really
Yeah,
happy when I saw that you guys absolutely killed it.
yeah.
Okay. And again, guys, congratulations.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
Last thing before we wrap up, like if you saw someone else just like you in your position, right? Is having difficulties cracking that next barrier to
Yeah.
go and get into the next like score, right? The next threshold of score so they can apply to these colleges. I mean, what type of advice would you give those students with the same struggles as you?
I tell them to, like, it's very important to properly read the questions, learn the various, little uh, strategies and tricks that will allow you to get the right answer without bearing the cost of wasted time that could have been used to getting the other problems done. I guess also being calm and being calm and collected, not really worrying as much, and they'll also allow you to better read and understand the problems, especially the word problems when there's like a lot of words and you don't know what to do and you're constantly having to look back and stuff. And they'll also enhance your concentration. So I guess that'll
Awesome.
probably be my advice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Hey,
also
man.
ask questions.
Oh, yeah, please
Ask
ask questions.
questions
Yeah.
during the support
I
session.
think understanding the weak areas, everybody has a different struggle area and weak area. And so kind of understanding that, okay, this is the portion of my math I'm struggling with. So he did that quite a bit. Like we focused on, okay, this is his weak area. So let's just do it. Even though he was practicing everything, he still practiced a lot more in those weak areas, like data analysis, problem solving was
Yeah.
a little bit his weak area. So he worked on that a lot more. So I think that helps. And I just want to end this saying that Aarush is a lot more calm and collected than I am. So I noticed that. And I think having that that calm nerve, that helps a lot to do well in the actual exam. It's a lot of nerve also,
Yeah, dude,
like
you're
a
a
pressure.
very stoic guy, which is
Yeah.
great. That's like probably my favorite thing about you is that sometimes I don't know what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yes.
one of my favorite things about you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, guys, I just want to
Thank
say
you.
last time before we wrap up is I just want to say congratulations again on
Yeah.
getting that 1530. Please let us know, how you continue on your journey. I want to know where you end up going, right? Especially because your junior year is coming to the end, right? And yeah,
Actually,
just
senior
want to
just
say
started.
again,
So.
you got to let
Yeah.
me know, man. Please,
Yeah.
I will.
you got to let me
Hopefully you
know.
will find out by January. Yeah. Hopefully.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
guys, thank you guys all for watching.
Thank
Have a
you.
great rest of your day, and we will see you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
very